So after you did that discovery activity on the computer, you should have figured out what the triangle inequality theorem is. If you didn't, here it is, okay? The sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle must be greater than the third side. Okay, what this means is whatever the two sides are of my triangle, they need to add up to be more than the third side alone. So if I had sides of 5, 10, and 12, 5 plus 10 is 15, which is bigger than 12. 5 plus 12 is 17, which is bigger than 10. 10 plus 12 is 22, which is bigger than 5. Okay, now these right here were obvious because already one side is bigger than the one we are comparing to. So we really don't have to worry about this. What we have to worry about is the two smallest sides. Do they add up to be bigger than the third? Okay, and so that's what our job is going to be here. Okay, so let's look at example 1. Can 8, 17, 14 make a triangle? Well, this is what we need to do. Take the two smaller ones, 8 plus 14. What is 8 plus 14? Is it bigger than 17? Then yes, this makes a triangle. In letter B, what are the two smallest sides? If I add 3 plus 3, I get 6. That's smaller than 7. So no, these cannot make a triangle. Okay, what's happening is I have a side of 7, a side of 3, and then my third side of 3 is too small to be able to reach that other side. Okay, I can't get it all the way here. I can get it here, that's not gonna work. Okay, or even if I get this closer, I still just can't reach that other side. Okay, it's too short. Okay, in this one, our two smallest sides are 25 and 12. If I add 25 and 12, what do we get? 37 is bigger than 35, so yes, we have a triangle. Okay, what do you think about this one? $37 plus 42, is that bigger than 52? Yep, we have a triangle. Okay, we can make a triangle with those three side lengths. Okay, so now what if I give you two sides of a triangle? Can you figure out what the third could be? Now, there's going to be a range, okay? We know that if I have three sides of a triangle, 14, 22, and x, these two need to add to be bigger than the third. These two need to add to be bigger than the third. These two need to add to be bigger than a third, okay? Well, this is easy. I know that these two need to add together to be bigger than the third. So we know that x needs to be bigger than 36. How did I get 36? Oops. I took 14 plus 22 to get that number. Okay, now automatically, okay, 22 is bigger than 14, okay? What we need to make sure is that 22 is bigger than x plus 14. So what we can do is we can take 22 minus 14 and make sure that x is always going to be bigger than 8. Okay, so x can be between 8 and 36, and we would have a triangle. Okay, we got 36 because we know x needs to be bigger than this sum. And then we know 22 needs to be bigger than this sum. So we subtracted 14 plus x needs to be bigger than 22. So that's how we got our 8. We subtracted that 14 over. Okay, so let's look at this one here. If I have side lengths of 31, 28, and x, then x needs to be bigger than 31 plus 28. Excuse me, it needs to be smaller than 31 plus 28. X needs to be bigger than 31 minus 28. Okay. How about you try C? Did you get that x needs to be between 16 and 64? Okay, good. All right, here we go. We are going to figure out if this makes a triangle. Ooh, we are in the coordinate plane. So what we need to do is we need to find the lengths of each of these sides so we know if it satisfies the triangle inequality. Okay? So JK would have the length, I'm going to take 9 minus negative 7 squared, and negative 5 minus negative 1 squared. So I get 16 squared plus negative 4 squared. So I get the square root of 272, sorry. Let's try KL. If I'm looking at the length of KL, I'm going to take 21 minus 9 squared and negative 8 minus negative 5 squared under my square root. So we get 12 squared plus negative 3 squared to the square root of 153. Okay, now let's find the distance between J and L. So I'm going to take 21 minus negative 7 squared and negative 8 minus negative 1 squared. So I have 28 squared and negative 7 squared. So we get the square root of 833. Okay, we need to decide, does this make a triangle? Okay, well, which two are the smallest? These two right here. How does the square root of 272 plus the square root of 153 compare to the square root of 833? Okay, we can't add these two under the square root like that. That's not a thing, okay? So you're probably going to need to put this in your calculator and compare it to what you get when you put that in your calculator. If you need to go grab a calculator, pause the video. When you do actually calculate it, what do you notice? Do you get the exact same thing, like these two are equal? Sorry, Charlie, these are not a triangle. Okay, when you're done with this video, show the sub that you took all of the notes, and she'll give you the worksheet.